Now today let's quickly look at what probability is. Probability is simply the likelihood or chance that an event will occur. The likelihood or chance that an event will occur. That's what probability is. By definition, the formula for probability is what we have on the screen now. This fraction represents the formula for probability. The capital E that you see in the formula represents event. Probability of event is equal to number of the event over number of S, and S means sample space. Now, we need to take note that probability ranges from 0 to 1. That's why we have that inequality that you have on the screen right now. It means we cannot have a negative value for a probability, and we cannot have a value that is greater than 1. So probability can either be 0 or 1 or fractions between 0 and 1. Good. So when you solve any question on probability and you are getting above 1, then you know you are wrong. Or you are getting a negative value, you know you are very wrong. Good. Now let's quickly see an example very fast. We see the question on the screen right now. The A part of the question is talking about if you find a probability that a head appears, then the B a tail appears. Let's see. Remember, we are dealing with a coin. Let's look at the solution. S is the sample space. Sample space simply means the total number of outcome, the total number of possible outcome. Good. What is the sample space? Since we are talking about a coin, we have H and T. That's we have the head side of the coin and we have the tail side of the coin. So there are 2 in number. So our sample space is equal to 2. Okay, that's the cardinality of our sample space. And how will that help us? So what we have, the E1 represents the event that head appears. How many times will a head appears? Just once. It's only 1 out of 2. So the result becomes what we have right now, 1 over 2, because we have only 1 head all over the sample space. Good. Let's see the B parts. The B part is talking about probability that a tail appears. How many times does a tail appears is also 1. So the probability of that will also be equal to half. Good. That brings that example to an end. Let's look at example 2. Question is right on the screen right now. So this example 2 is talking about 2 coins, single throw of 2 fair coin. So the first thing we need to do is let's get our sample space. Let's get what we call our sample space. Good. Let's look at our sample space. The sample space is going to be 4. We could have head as you see on the screen. We could have tail. We could have head tail or tail head. So if we count the number of possible outcomes in that sample space, in that curly bracket, we have 4. It means our sample space is 4. Sample space is 4. The first question is talking about probability that 2 head appears. Now looking at that sample space, where we have 2 heads is only in one place. So our probability that 2 heads appears is going to be 1 all over 4 as shown on the screen. Okay, then the B, what is the probability that 2 tails appears? Where we have, the only place we have 2 tails is one place. So the probability will also be, is going to give us 1 all over 4 as well. That's the probability of a sample, the probability that two tails appears. Good. And the last part, what's the probability that one head and one tail appear? We have, remember, we have a head tail and we also have a tail head. So meaning we have two. Okay, we have two places where we have one head and one tail. So we have 2 all over 4. Remember, 4 is our sample space and 2 over 4 is the same thing with 1 over 2. So our answer there is equal to 1 over 2. Good. Thank you for listening to this class today.